Alright, what's up YouTube? I'm back. Ay vey. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little interesting, huh? Yeah, motorcycling is a religion. And if you stick with me, I will try to justify my opinion. But before that, let's do the like, subscribe, notifications, yada yada yada. Alright, let's cue the intro and we'll get right back to this. Motorcycling is a religion. Okay, motorcycling. This is all motorcycling, not just three wheels. This is two wheels. Those odd unicyclists out there, guys on trikes. And much like an organized religion, there are, denominations, and a lot of us fall into specific denominations. There are definitely gatekeepers, there's a clergy, and the question is, like, who's in charge? And the answer is, quite frankly, nobody. Unlike an organized religion, with a governing body and all that jazz, this doesn't have it. There's no book that everything springs from. Motorcycling, you could say, is just 100% dogma, it's, which in this context you could say is just doing it because we've always done it that way. And that's why I'm going to tell you right now that's why, like, trike riders can definitely be considered heretics, because we're cutting across the grain of what the choir believes is the proper way to go about doing things. You could think of denominations, like the major ones is two-wheelers, and their main thing is, if you ain't on two wheels, you're not on a motorcycle. You're a heretic. You are preaching from a different book. You definitely have people, the Puritans, that will, or the Orthodox, I guess, that will kick you out of the club. It's like, hey, we're doing the same thing you are. Yeah, but you're doing it a different way than us, and that makes you wrong. Says who? Well, we've always done it this way. Motorcycles have always had two wheels, and you're on three wheels. That's some sort of, and you say that you like it. This is some sort of blasphemy. So that's why I definitely consider myself a heretic in the context of this thought experiment. Like I said, you got the orthodoxy that even within their self-imposed parameters, it gets even more narrowly defined. If you only ride on the weekends, well, you're not a true motorcyclist. You're a cager. And like I said, some of these people actually truly take this to heart. I think a lot of people are more like, live and let live, do what you want. And I think that's where most people fit in. So, they're more open-minded. I guess you could say that they're more of like those members that belong to a more reformed congregation. It's like, hey, just walk in the door, it's all good, everything's hunky-dory, which is what I would consider myself. Am I a motorcyclist? Yeah, I don't even know if that's a word. It just seems to fit. And I would say yes. And I've said in a previous video that my personal line in the sand is this: if you ride in it, it's a car. If you ride on it, it's a motorcycle. And that very simple definition will give you quite a lot of leeway. You know, like a slingshot, it's got 3 wheels, motorcycle engine, it's a car, it's got seatbelts, you know, it's got a roof. You know, these are your UTVs, your side-by-sides, stuff like that. Even a sidecar 2-wheeler, which technically I guess would make it a trike, but let's not quibble about it. You're still sitting out in the open, you're sitting on it, you know, and you don't operate a sidecar motorcycle from the sidecar. So, and here I am on my Spyder today. I did not take the Ryker out today, but I'm on the Spyder, and I'm sitting on my Spyder. There are no seat belts, there's no roll cages, but there are 3 wheels. And like I said, to many people, the fact that this thing has 3 wheels, you know, and you're enjoying it, some people take that like I said, you're questioning their faith, because some of them grew up with an end-all be-all definition of what it means to be on a motorcycle, and this ain't it. There are motorcycle clubs, and you could say that your motorcycle club is almost like your individual churches or places of worship, you know, but they all have their different degrees of orthodoxy of how they handle things. There's some clubs, like, you need a very specific motorcycle, like there's a couple right around here that in order to be in, one of the big things is you need American-made V-twin. So, you know, you could have your you can't get in on a Honda. Even if it's a V-twin Honda, you can't get in. It won't take you. No exceptions. You know, and then there, like I said, this is like where you're, like, almost like your priesthood comes into. You enter in as a probie, an initiate, and then you got to work your way up, learn the ropes, earn your patch, and then you know, you're welcomed in. Other ones, it's basically like, okay, hey, you want to be in? You seem like a cool person, and you're in. You know, that's, I guess, more like your riding clubs as opposed to your motorcycle clubs. But whatever, I quibble. You know, hopefully you guys at this point are seeing where I'm going with this, and it's I don't make the video to change anyone's mind. I'm just like I said, this is a thought I've had, and I think it's true. I think it's accurate. And I'm putting it out there into the ether of the internet and see if anyone's going to agree. Because I'm just curious. And the funny thing is, it's just like some of these people, like I said, they're so deep into this thing that they can't wrap their head around a different way of going about your business. And I alluded to this on the last video, where, like, you'll see these people, like, and let's face it, if you're doing motorcycle reviews, or if you have a motorcycle channel, it's not a foregone conclusion that you're deep into this, but it's definitely probably a bigger part of your life than for most other people. You know, there's several people that I follow, and it's just like, yes, they have their private life. I'm not, you know, but their motorcycle is such a huge part of their life, you know. And to me, I'm not going to go a means to an end, you know. Like, I was just sitting in my house, bro. Like I said, I'm retired. I don't need to get up in the morning. Thank God I do every day. But I'm literally sitting there today. It's a beautiful day out. And I decided I'm going to go hook all this rigmarole up to my handlebars, you know. And I'm just going to go out and shoot this video. I figured I killed 2 birds with 1 stone, because I figured, you know what, I haven't been on my bike in 2 days. I didn't go yesterday, so I'm just going to hop on today. You see, there I got said bike instead of trike, but you guys, you'll forgive me. Thank you. So I decided that I'm going to come out and ride. You know, but there are other people, like, this is like a religious experience, and they'll like, you know, it's like, it's really weird. They'll get on their bike and they'll talk about a ride to nowhere, like it's the rapture, and God bless them for it. You know, I'm glad they enjoy it. What do they say? 4 wheels moves the body, 2 wheels moves your soul. So maybe 3 wheels is the happy medium. I don't think my soul is moved. My body is moving. I don't know if my soul's moved. But it does give you a feeling of happiness. Listen, I don't know. This is all weird. How do we go about communicating with these members of this orthodoxy? That's weird. How do you deal with them? How do they deal with you? And I, for one, will tell you that, you know, it's 99% of my interactions have been cordial. You know, your mileage may vary, but I've never had a bad experience. Like I said, and like as my previous video, I don't fucking apologize. This is what I picked, this is what I like, this is what I'm doing. You could go pound sand. And it was funny, we read the comments, it's like so many people have apologized, and like maybe they didn't even realize it. Sidebar. They don't know what to make of you. Which is funny. They really don't. Because, like, you know, you're coming into my my holy space with these strange ideas and different conceptions of the universe. What was it? I guess this is, yeah, granted, this is an exaggeration, but like, you know, when Copernicus, I guess it was Copernicus, is like, hey guys, you know, I have this idea that maybe the Earth goes around the sun and not the sun around the Earth. You know? No, yeah. Thanks, honey. So you're coming in with some ideas, and like I said, some people just are not comfortable hearing it. But like I said, it's still riding a motorcycle. It ain't that serious. I mean, you know, there are people that do take it seriously and do take this lifestyle very seriously. This idea that I'm putting forth, it doesn't end with how many wheels, okay? It's how many wheels, who makes the wheels, you know, what attire you're wearing. Like I ride with one guy and I love the guy to death, you know, he's awesome. But the man cannot walk into a Harley dealership without walking out with something. And if you've ever been to a Harley dealership, every single thing in that store is branded. You know, if you were going to get a toothbrush at a Harley dealership, it's going to have a Harley symbol on your toothbrush. This guy, and he's not the only one, like I said, probably just the most extreme, he won't get on his Harley, because he does have one, to his credit, without having at least 3 pieces of Harley flair. And that's like his bishop robes, you know? Okay, you gonna move over a little bit? Thank you, honey. Yeah, you know, sunglasses, Harley. Helmet, Harley. Comm system. Like, you could get a comm system anywhere. They all work. It's a Senna. No, Harley. Boots. Maybe even his drawers. I don't know. I never got that far. But maybe his jeans. His jeans might be non-Harley, but his t-shirt definitely is. And like I said, he's not the only one. You go to a bike rally, you're gonna see people sporting their brand. There brand is one thing, okay? And probably the second is, what style of machine do you have? Yeah, trikes are one thing, but there's sports bike, there's ADV guys. And the funny thing is, you'll even see them. Like, you're an ADV guy, all right? So you're doing little street, little off-road, little street, little off-road. On paper, that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, there's no off-road here in the city. And but the funny thing is, if you see an ADV guy, they will all be tricked out in ADV gear. Was it climb and this and like that? They'll have the whole setup, as opposed to I'm riding around the city, maybe I'll just throw on any jacket, something leather or something to that effect. Nope, full off-road spec, you know, Gore-Tex, you know, Cador lined and yada yada yada. Maybe I'm looking into it too much, but I think there's a line that I don't know exactly where it is, you know, but there's a line that you cross from lifestyle, you know, into religion. Where's that line? I don't know. Yeah, another thing that's actually funny, okay, and like I said, sticking with the religion of riding thing, is the pilgrimages. Yes, motorcyclists have pilgrimages. It's like, what's that mean? Listen, you know, we're going to Sturgis, we're going to Myrtle Beach, we're going to Daytona. This is not like, not for all, for some. No speed camera. These are pilgrimages, bro. This is like, for some people, like going to Sturgis is, like I said, a religious pilgrimage. You're going and to celebrate and be surrounded by like-minded people that maybe believe and worship the same way you do. And I won't say that participation is mandatory, but I think a lot of these people will tell you that you have to do it at least once just to say you did it. Am I wrong? I don't know. But at the end of the day, if you've ever been to a motorcycle rally, and they do vary, you know, it's usually a stage, some vendors, there's always people selling you shit, you know, a lot of people riding around bar to bar or spot to spot, and you know, maybe there's a stage somewhere where the band's playing, but it's basically riding, shopping, and drinking. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a great excuse. Like if you're going to the Dakotas, you know, maybe you can't justify riding 1,000, 2,000 miles to go see Mount Rushmore, right? I'm gonna drive out here just to go see this beautifully carved mountainside. But if you go, well, I'm going to a motorcycle rally, and while I'm there, I'll go to this. Does that make? I guess that makes more sense. So sometimes motorcycle rallies are really just the excuse to go someplace pretty cool. You know, because yeah, they're like we're going to South Carolina for Bike Week. But when we come back, we're going to go through the Tail of the Dragon. Now it's 4 hours out of the way from the way we come home. So I got to go 4 hours, which makes it 8 hours, because now we got to go that way and come back. So it's 8 hours out of the way from what's already a 2-day trip. Like, I'm looking forward to it, but I don't think I would drive or ride from New York City to Tennessee to ride on one road, as famous as it is. There's Hawk's Nest videos on this channel. Why? Because it's close to my parents' house, or my parents' summer house up in Pennsylvania. Wow, that was a long-winded way to talk about pilgrimages. Another funny thing is you also do have the purity police, which I think nowadays, it would have been magazines back in the day, but you know, I think the magazines have gone out the window, and it's basically come down to YouTube and podcasts. It's YouTube and podcasts that kind of, I don't know, preach the evangel. I don't know. I think that's what it's proper terminology. You know, they're the ones that gatekeep what you're supposed to think. And, you know, like, there's this thing, it's like my channel, I guess you could, because I don't subscribe to like 90% of this nonsense. But, like I said, there are YouTubers that will have no problem telling you what to think, what to buy, how to act, you know, what to believe. It's kind of weird if you think about it. Another funny thing is why I like doing these videos on the Ryker. You don't have to shift it. It's like it's go with the theme is antithetical to motorcycling. You don't shift. And it's just like, but here's the thing. I'm on the Spyder. You have to shift the Spyder. It's not the same. You don't have a clutch. But I'm shifting. No. You're not shifting unless you have a clutch. Like I said, you can't win. No matter what you do, there's another layer right below. There's another threshold that you will not meet. So, it's so weird. Like I said, I always find these little mental gymnastics amusing. I might not be right. I don't know. Whatever. Am I going to lose sleep over it? No. Am I that invested in it? No. But, you know, the funny thing is, when I make these videos, especially like these rant videos type of deal, I just hope I make sense. Because there's no one here sitting with me to tell me that I'm full of shit. Which I just might be. I don't know. I have to wait for the comments to come in. But look, if you made it this far, I do appreciate it. At this point, I think this is just about as I've milked this cow enough, I think. I think I got as much as I could get out. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. This is how I feel. You know, feel free to comment down below if you disagree. If you do agree, whatever, your point of view. It's all good. So, if you got, like, obviously, if you're listening to me, you did get this far. So, once again, like, subscribe, notifications, yada, yada, yada. You know, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.